these kits are outstanding products and in our opinion are the best products available on the market for your classic Mustang. Now, which one is going to be the right one for you? Well, that completely depends on what you're doing and quite frankly how much you want to spend. So, I'll go through these kits with you real quick just to kind of explain to you the differences and help you decide which is going to be the best kit for your classic Mustang. Alright, so we'll focus here right now on this beautiful brake booster master cylinder combo. Again, this is something relatively new to the market. You're not going to find this at most places. Our competitors, they don't carry this. This is actually something very specific. I believe we're probably the only place you're going to find it online as of the making of this video. So what we actually have here is we have a 7-inch Bindex style dual diaphragm booster. These are pretty common. You see these in a lot of modern brake boosted upgraded cars. But what makes this product particularly unique is the inclusion of this Wilwood master cylinder. Now, prior to Wilwood creating this shortened master cylinder, it was unfortunately impossible to actually put a Wilwood master cylinder to a brake booster on a car that still had shock towers. If you're running a Mustang 2 suspension, you could fit a lot on there. But for most of us who still have shock towers in the car, this is actually the first time we have a Wilwood type solution for you. So not only is it an attractive piece, but it works incredibly well, and most importantly, it fits. Typically, I would recommend something like this for any customer between 1964 and 1970 who either has manual brakes or a previous factory power brake setup and you're ready to upgrade. This is the ideal upgrade kit. Again, you get your name brand master cylinder, you get a booster that works and it fits on there, and also, just as importantly, because it's a smaller diaphragm booster, you can fit cool things like hydraulic clutch kits and items of that nature on the firewall that you couldn't previously do with your original 9-inch pancake style booster. A standard, whatever you may have, 67 Mustang with power brakes has what's called a 9-inch pancake booster, and that unfortunately is too large to be able to equip a hydraulic clutch kit. You usually have to use a Z-bar or anything of that nature, a cable clutch, and we typically don't recommend that kind of stuff at all. So if you want to run a hydraulic clutch kit, or maybe you don't, and you just want a nice, good-looking, name brand quality piece that looks great under the hood and works just as good as it looks, this would be a great option for you guys. This Wilwood brake master cylinder with 7-inch dual diaphragm booster here would be a great addition to any of your small block type vehicles, any car that previously had manual brakes or a car that had previous factory power brakes, your 289s, 302s, 351 Windsor, any motor that's still creating vacuum. This booster master combo here would be ideal for you. If you're going to have power brakes in a Coyote Swap Mustang, this is actually the only kit that's going to fit on the firewall. As you know, if you're embarking on your Coyote Swap in your classic Mustang, and it doesn't matter the year, 64 through 70, those motors are simply too wide to fit a traditional booster such as this Wilwood unit. You're absolutely not going to fit your original power brakes on there. Car doesn't even create vacuum, so those things aren't even an option. Your only other option would be manual brakes unless we're running this electric brake master cylinder. So this bad boy just bolts straight to the firewall. If it's a 65 or 6 Mustang, you're gonna have to offset it slightly towards the driver's side fender apron. 6970 Mustang, it's a straight bolt-in. It could be a straight bolt-in for some 67.8 applications as well. So what we have here is a 2-part kit. You have your master cylinder, and then you have this pump and accumulator system. Now this is a drip-fed system, and this can be mounted anywhere inside the car so long as it's below the master. Traditionally, in Coyote Swap applications, or any application really, we'll mount this usually like on the front driver's side frame rail, in between the fender apron and the fender, and then maybe build like a splash shield around it or something of that nature. But just so long as it's below the master in a nice safe place, we find that behind the apron is a good place to put it because then you can route the lines right underneath the hood hinge and directly to the pump and accumulator setup for a real nice clean install. This kit here delivers a tremendous amount of PSI. It's ideal for any sort of high performance brake application. Like I said, it's mandatory for any Coyote application, and it can be used on any small block application as well, or a big block. So if you have a 390 or some sort of FE motor in there and you're really limited on space, but you need a real high performance braking option, this is definitely the solution for you. Another key thing to note about this particular system is that we do recommend that you run at minimum a 110 amp alternator in order to have consistent braking. Also, key thing to note here, because it is a concern for some people, is what happens if you lose power, because it is an electric system, of course. If you do lose power to the braking system, you still get a good 10 to 12 pumps of power brakes. So you can still stop the vehicle. After those 10 to 12 pumps of power assisted braking, they will revert back to manual brakes. So you will not just lose your brakes altogether in the event that you lose power to the vehicle. You still can stop the vehicle. It's not a problem at all. This is going to give you that hard brake pedal feel that's going to make it feel like you're driving a new car. We fell in love with this product over a decade ago. This is a staple component in every Mustang that we build. If you ever see a Mustang come out of our shop in the last 10 years, it has this kit in it. This is absolutely mandatory in our shop, and like I said, I keep repeating, it's mandatory for Coyote swaps. You got to have this product.